and Lesbian Bed Death, who Lucy Four, who was the original singer, had a very good voice, and I love singing with her. Mamas and the Papas, Peter, Paul, and Mary. That I sing higher things because when I was a kid, that's why I sang. But then I go out and I sing something lower, and I get told, "Damn, you have a perfect voice for that." Well, it kind of cuts out being feminine in any way. But I told her that's like, because of my medical history, because of my body, because of this, I don't think I ever would transition, but I understand, but I accept that that's how I feel. And she had no problem with it. And then we talked about, gender, and I didn't get into cybersexuality because I really can't. Even in Pride 48, I don't know how I'd talk about that, because nobody accepts it as a sexuality. It's something I call myself, because my most successful sexual partners have been on Second Life, have been virtual, because I don't have the problem of body image. It's me. I mean, when I role-play, and I told Mom this, I actually did talk about it, about more as far as gender. I said if she ever read Spider Farina's posts, she could very easily see that it was me talking. She could read those sentences, and if I told her the context and she read it, she would have no problem imagining that, yes, this is what I probably would say in that, because, I mean, come on, she gave birth to me. She knows how I would react given certain stimuli. So if I said, this is how this came about, can you see it? I have no doubt that Mom could accept that this is what I would do in that situation. So it isn't that, sorry, I have an itch. It isn't that I was going against the grain. It's just that this is me as I would prefer to be, but because of my situation as far as medical history and whatnot, can't. So it's perfect. It's the perfect way for me to get around this problem. So we talked about that, and I told her I'm more of a romantic person. I don't mind hugs. I don't mind cuddling. A kiss every now and then is fine, but I just can't see myself with somebody. And I did briefly go into, because we were talking about it, I said when I was with Mainland, the first time was like, well, this is a new experience. So the second time was, how does this experience hold up? And after that, it really wasn't, it was more of a chore. And it had nothing to do with Angela. It just had to do with what I realized, and I think a lot of this is because of my depression, because I don't feel emotion. So it was another acting role. When she would try to satisfy me, I watch porn, so what do people in porn do? This is what they do when they're stimulated this way. And when she was done with me, I tried to stimulate her to the point that we wouldn't need to be physical together. Just be, whoops. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this thing looped. Okay, so I don't need to put two on deck. Okay, that's interesting to know. But yeah, I told her that, and she said, well, do you think it's just because you've only been with one person? Maybe it fizzled out. I'm like, yes, I honestly do think that. But until I can knock down this wall I've created for my emotions, I would feel like I was betraying whoever I got into a physical relationship with, just because for me it would be solely biological. For me it would be scratching a biological itch that unfortunately I was stupid enough to reawaken a couple of months ago. And because of that, I know I can go out on like Tinder, and I can go out and stuff like that and scratch said itch with somebody that just had the same problem. It's not that they want a romantic relationship, they just want to be with somebody for a night. Well, then I got another problem. I'm not going to bring them back here. even if I could get with a lady to the point that was like, yes, I would love to spend the night with you, it'd have to be at their place. Because I'm not going to bring them back here. Hell no. I'd rather get a hotel room than bring anybody back here to be physical with. That just would never happen. So, I don't know. You know, that's hopefully something I'll never have to deal with. But if I do, yeah, I've already made up my mind that if that were to ever happen, I would either get a room or I would try to go back to their place or something, just because the thought of doing anything like that here mortifies me. But we had the conversation I had been dying to have ever since I moved back, and Dad made the statement about, if you were gay, it's all right. And apparently that's stuck in his craw for quite a while. And I've talked to him about it a couple of times. When he's brought it up, it's like, well, no, I see myself more as asexual because of my depression. I don't get attracted to people because I don't have that emotion. I don't have that drive. I have a physical need, which, like I said, I was dumb enough to reawaken. I really should have kept it quiet, although I have grown a lot because of it. I think I just needed to take a break for a couple of years. Like 2012, before I got into Pride 48, I was abstinent as far as masturbating goes. And I think that was a good idea, because I was in a brand new apartment. I was in my own place. I didn't know how long I'd be here. I've been here 3.5 years now. So now I'm comfortable with myself here. But I also had a lot of people here I didn't know. So I had to get acclimated to the community here. And then I had work, and I was getting acclimated to that, to working again. And then work closed down, and I was getting into theater and stuff like that. And it just finally, I think, or was it June? It was not long, actually I think it was July. It was not long after I came back from Wenatchee that I fell off that particular wagon. Oh, I'm losing weight. I can't wear my grandpa's ring on my pinky anymore. If I try to put it on and I put my finger down, well, it almost stays on, but it will fall off, so I'm losing weight somewhere. That's kind of nice. But it was just happenstance that it happened before. And now I've just kind of rolled with it that this is just how my life is again. But being that way for a while to let me get used to working again, being around people more steadily again, getting into theater, whatnot, that kind of thing, I think was very helpful. And now I'm able to be at a point mentally where I can at least try to control things. I mean, I would love to have the problem, and I say this in a bit of a weird way, but I would love to have the problem where I would be hanging out, like last night at Pride. After I dropped Mom off, I went over, I went shopping. I got all the knickknacks that you get at every festival or parade or whatnot, so I've got a Barnes & Noble bag full of crap that I really don't need. But then I went out and there was a, what are they called? A gear store, I think is what Turnip Head calls it. They're in Minneapolis, and they actually were very nice people. They were both Asian people. And I got a couple of CDs from a group called City of the Week. I wasn't able to listen to them as well as I wanted to because it was supposed to be cool, and it got fucking hot, so I had to go sit up, and therefore I wasn't able to listen to them too well. I think they just assumed that I wasn't listening, and I was coming down to just, like, be be kind to them. It wasn't that at all. I thought they had good music. I just couldn't sit out in the sun because I had just come off of having heat stroke, about a few days ago, because me and my dad went to the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, and when we did, it turned out to be like 95 degrees, and we were out in the sun a lot. And where the hell is that card? I know I have my little rainbow flag just popped. Somehow my rainbow flag popped a hole in the bag, and the hole, I don't know if it somehow closed up or what, but now I can't pull it back out again. Where? Damn it. It's someplace up in, oh, there it goes. It's someplace up in, Minneapolis. It's like, Aura or something like that. But I went over, and it was a son and mother, and the mother was a smaller lady, so while the son was getting some stuff put away, I was taking down, like, underwear and singlets and stuff that they had hung on racks on the top of this tent that she couldn't reach, and then we went and collapsed everything and whatnot, and they were very nice. And I told them about the Voice of Turnip Style, and I hope that they can, I'm sure Turnip Head isn't listening, but if he is, I did tell them about that. We didn't have anything to write it down on, but I do hope that they listen to you, because I think that they seem like very nice people. So I'm just kind of helping them out there. So just letting them know that hey, there's a podcast that you might be interested in. So Pump was the brand, and they had some nice stuff. Not anything I would buy. I'm a vanilla person. As long as I got boxer briefs, I'm good. So, and for anybody who has been wondering, I know there's some. I'm sure there's somebody wondering, what size or what I am. I'll just say this: boxer briefs are my only comfort. Take that as you will. But after that, I went to a Pride Party. It's over at the VFW here in Mankato, at the edge of Riverfront by the Highway 14 bridge. It's got a missile sitting outside. It looks like something that might have actually come off of the Cosmos water tower, because I think they have a new water tower. And they used to have a rocket or something, but it was $10. So it's like, sure. Well, actually it was $10, but I got it for $7 at the Coffee Hag. So it's like, sure, I'll go over. And I went over, and there was Friesen's is a bakery here in Mankato, and they were honored this year. And one of the workers, who's a lady, had like tie-dye shirt and pants, and she had like a tie-dye sticker on her leg, and she had a cat makeup on, and she was cute. I thought she looked more into it than a lot of the people who I don't know what sexuality she is or whatnot, but people, and me included, but anybody who's seen me in Vegas knows I dress very generic. So, and that's for several reasons. But I had my Love Wind shirt on, my Madame Vastra and Jennifer Love Wind shirt I got from Hoovian Tees, that like 2 days after the marriage equality Supreme Court decision, Hoovian Tees made this shirt, and I wanted to wear it to Pride 48, but I chickened out because I didn't want. I wore shirts that were generic enough that, yeah, people would look at it, and I didn't realize, this is fucking Vegas. Nobody's gonna care what shirt you're wearing. But it was a fun dance, and there was a lady and her girlfriend, and they picked up another girl, joined them. But she was wearing my, sometimes I wrestle with my demons, other times we just cuddle, and I so badly wanted to give her